Wait to hear a beautiful teaching.
It's 9:51.
Okay, that should be about right. But we can basically maybe finish up by the top of the hour. So thank you, Bob. Appreciate that. Or close to top of the hour. First of all, I have an apology to make because we had it wrong. The information that I had on our last call was indicating that we should receive our numbers prior to the election. And, of course, that did not happen. So I'm sorry. I apologize for that. We had information that made it look like we were going to get it actually yesterday. And, that just didn't happen. So sorry about that. Because I'm ready for this to go just like everybody else is. Realistically, it seems that the election had to take place first. Obviously, it did take place, but it seems like there were reasons why we did not go before. Now, QFS is lined up and ready to go. I just heard this evening that the Yellow Dragon bonds are going to pay out at 3:30 in the morning, Eastern Standard Time. There, I got to use it. 3:30 in the morning, tomorrow morning, Eastern Standard Time. That's going to help. That may be the so-called first domino that needs to fall before our groups and the internet group and so on get started. So I'm excited about that. I've heard it put a couple of different ways, but our timing, it appears, is going to be contingent upon the announcement of the election results. In other words, sort of the finality, I would hope, from an electoral college perspective, and not a popular vote total. That could take a little longer because some of the states like Michigan and Pennsylvania, I believe, have allowed for a few extra days of, in some cases, up to about a week for popular votes to be tallied. However, I have heard, and this is the most recent, I have heard that once the votes are tallied, and I'm going to hope that this is referring to the Electoral College votes, okay, the delegate votes. Once those are tallied, 24 hours later, we should be notified and start going into the banks. So I've had 3 different people tell me today that looks like Wednesday or Thursday. Tomorrow's Wednesday. Now, it does not probably mean we're going to go in tomorrow, but we could get notified tomorrow. That is possible. Probably the more likely scenario would be notifications Thursday and start on Thursday. That's if this intel holds out to be true. Now, I have every reason to believe that it could very well be true. So we're going to hope for that to be the case. I know that Iraq, who already had a rate, an international rate, and it was on Forex, it's been on Forex for a week now, is supposed to get a new rate. I believe it's going to be tomorrow, but it could be Thursday. Supposed to get a new rate. So don't know what that will be, but it all sounds good. Now, the other thing is, we don't talk much about rates on this call, and you guys know I'm not supposed to, right? I just can't really go there. But we did find out just real recently here that if you would like a so-called back screen rate, you have to ask for it. There's been some cabal influence that said we could not, if you're a Zim holder, you couldn't have access to a back screen or a contract rate. That appears to be false. That appears to be incorrect. We should be able to ask for that if you wish, even if you're a Zim holder. So that's exciting. That's encouraging. And it really won't matter in the big scheme of things, even if you have a lot of dinar or dong. But, because the Zim is so valuable and worth so much more that it will basically, it will cover any lack that would be in the other currencies, basically. It'll more than compensate for that. So, I'm excited about where we are and what is happening. And to give you an idea, for example, the Redemption Center staff that we know about were off yesterday and off again today for Election Day. That doesn't surprise me. However, yesterday evening, for a couple hours in the evening, there was a huge conference call, which I think was probably the end-all, be-all of conference calls, video conference calls. It included HSBC, Wells Fargo, Chase Bank. It included the Treasury, the Homeland Security. It included a portion of the Secret Service, which has to deal with currency probably. It included all bank managers, all bank VPs, redemption staff, included wealth management, private bankers, all of those people. Probably almost everybody above the teller level was to be on this call yesterday evening. Tomorrow, there are plans to go in for staff to go in for 4 hours and then see what happens. 4 hours tomorrow morning, don't know what time. But what's interesting is we're in a situation where the Redemption Center staff is basically on a 1 hour call where they can be called and need to be seated, ready to do business at their desk within 1 hour. And that's interesting because that means they could respond if something were to happen. They could respond quickly and go in. So that told us we were not going to get anything yesterday or today, but it's possible based on, I think, somewhat of the election result, how quickly that comes in. Tomorrow is in play. Thursday is in play. And nobody that I'm talking to is going beyond Thursday. I'm just saying. That's what I'm getting. So, I want to say thank you for listening and being so beautiful in terms of faith, for everything that we're bringing to you from the Big Call, from wherever you are around the globe. And by the way, a week or two ago, I heard about a group of 92 individuals in Japan, all in the same large room listening to the Big Call. I don't know if they're still listening, but if you are, konnichiwa, thank you very much. Dopo arigato, I think is close. Dopo arigato. And, I think it's cool that we have audiences all over the globe. And I love that. I think it's cool. I love the idea of being an international call, like the Big Call is. And that's why we use the term BigCallUniverse.com for our website. Because we do want to reach all around the globe and beyond. So, speaking of that, somebody who reaches all around the globe and beyond is our beloved Sue. And Sue is still meeting with our listeners who set up appointments with her for world-class presentations and Dream Team sessions and how to help create that Dream Team and everything else that Sue does. And it's just, it's wonderful. So what do you need to get in touch with her? You need a PayPal account. PayPal only. And you need $165 if you're one person. If you want to add an additional person, it's $45 for each additional person you add to your little group. And you can do a group. You can do a small group of 3 or 4, or you could do a group of 8 or 10 or 15. It just depends on you and who your sphere of influence is. family, friends, church members, whatever it is. Now, to get in touch with Sue, obviously you need an email. So you need to email integratedminds@hushmail.com. Now, integrated is spelled INTEGRATED. Minds is MINDS at hushmail.com. Now, when you do that, make sure you put the cell phone number of the group leader or yourself, if it's one or two people, in the email, and watch your emails closely for a response. Also, pay attention to your phone for any text messages that you might get from Sue. All right? Because she'll get in touch with you and put you on the list and schedule you. Also, it helps if you have the city and state that where you live. Okay? Put that in there too. And just make it short and sweet, and she'll respond to you. And I would go ahead and do that tonight because of the fact that she is scheduling, and you want to get this in. She wants to be able to help as many people as she possibly can before this goes. Okay? And so that's sort of where we are. So let's do that. Let's get in touch with her. It's going to be really, really valuable for you, as you can hear from the testimonials that Sue has brought, all of the valuable tips that she brings to us on every call Tuesday and Thursday nights. So follow up with that right away tonight, and be sure to check the website, Bob's website. Go to BIGCALLUniverse.com, and then you'll click on the banner that says Boomers when you get to the homepage, and then you'll be in Bob's website, and you can look around and shop and see everything that he's got there. It's wonderful. Okay? So be sure to do that. Your health is vital. Your health is vitally important. And I want to make sure everybody makes it through the winter okay. I mean, we're barely out of, we're not even out of fall yet. But I want to make sure everybody is healthy and completely prepared for anything that they might have to ward off in terms of cold, virus, flu, whatever it is. Okay? Now, your health is vital, especially when you're going to have all the money in the world. You're going to have all the time again in the world. Now you need your health. Those three things are vital.